Good evening, everyone. Here's something I know for sure. Life is a great winding river, twisting and turning, sometimes gentle, sometimes wild, but always moving. You, me, the trees that stand tall, the wind that whispers through them, the stranger across the world whose name we may never know, we are all drops in that same river. Everything is connected. And when you see it, when you feel it deep in your bones, you begin to understand nothing happens in isolation. Look at the sun spilling gold onto the earth each morning, the moon pulling the tides with a silent grace, the way laughter can catch like wildfire in a room full of strangers. Everything touches everything else. One kindness, one word of love, one hand reaching for another can ripple out farther than we will ever see. But here's the thing, so can fear. So can cruelty. So can indifference. The energy we put out into the world does not simply vanish. It lingers, it spreads, it plants itself in the hearts of others and grows into something larger than we ever imagined. There is something undeniable about the way the world moves, the way life unfolds in unseen patterns like waves spreading across a still pond. Your actions, your words, your very presence in this moment, none of it is small. None of it goes unnoticed. What you do, what you say, how you choose to walk through this life creates a ripple, touching shores you may never set foot on. You are never just existing. You are shaping, shifting, and influencing everything around you. Think about it. Have you ever been in the presence of someone whose energy lifted you without them even knowing it? Maybe it was a stranger who held the door open with a smile on a hard day, a friend who spoke encouragement into your tired soul, a teacher who believed in you when you struggled to believe in yourself. And haven't you also felt the weight of a careless word, the sting of indifference, the burden of someone's bitterness weighing down a room? What we do, how we move, it all matters. It matters because we are all connected, woven into the same grand design, breathing the same air, standing under the same sky. You may never see the full reach of your actions, but that does not mean they are without power. A simple act of kindness, one word, one gesture can change the course of a life. A single spark can light up the darkest of nights. When you choose to lift someone, you don't just change their moment, you change the energy they carry into the world. And that energy touches another, and another, and another. That is how change happens, not always in great sweeping motions, but in small, intentional acts that build upon each other, forming something greater than we ever imagined. But understand this, just as kindness ripples outward, so does negativity. A careless insult, a moment of cruelty, a heart hardened by resentment, these things do not stay contained. They spread, they grow, they plant themselves in the hearts of others, and they take root. We've all seen it happen. The way one person's pain can harden another. The way a wound, left untended, can turn into someone else's suffering. And so we must be mindful. We must be careful with the energy we put into this world. Because once it leaves us, it does not simply disappear. You hold more power than you know, more influence than you realize. With every word you speak, every action you take, you are shaping something beyond yourself. Even in your quietest moments, even when you feel unseen, you are setting something into motion. And that is why you must choose every single day to be intentional, to be kind, to be aware of the weight of your presence in the world. It is easy to think that our lives are isolated, that what we do begins and ends with us. But that is not how life works. That is not how the universe moves. We are tied to each other in ways deeper than we can comprehend. When you choose to rise, you lift others with you. When you choose to love, that love expands beyond what you can see. And when you choose to be a light, even in the smallest of ways, the world cannot help but reflect that light back. So let your actions be rooted in goodness. Let your words be filled with intention. Let the energy you give be the kind that makes someone else believe in the beauty of this world. Because no action is ever just yours. It is part of something greater, something vast and far-reaching. And one day, when you least expect it, the kindness you gave, the love you poured into the world will find its way back to you. There is a magic in kindness, a force so quiet yet so powerful that it can move mountains within the human heart. It is not loud, not boastful, not seeking anything in return. And yet it carries the weight of the world, changing lives in ways we may never fully understand. One act of kindness, one moment of genuine care can take root in the soul of another and grow into something far greater than we ever intended. Kindness does not end where we place it and multiplies, it spreads, it reaches places we may never go. Think of a time when someone showed you kindness at the exact moment you needed it. Maybe it was a friend who stayed up just to listen when the world felt too heavy. Maybe it was a stranger who paid for your coffee when you were down to your last dollar. Maybe it was a teacher, a mentor, a parent who spoke life into you when you felt like you had nothing left to give. That moment, that act did not simply stay with you. It became part of you, shaped how you saw the world, how you moved through it, how you treated others in return. And just like that, kindness ripples outward, carried from one heart to another, passed down in ways we don't always see. A child who grows up with love and kindness does not simply keep it to themselves, they take it into their friendships, their relationships, their communities. A person who has shown grace on their worst day remembers that feeling and one day offers that same grace to another. What we pour into the world does not vanish, it takes root. It flourishes. It finds its way back into places we never expected. It does not take wealth or power to be kind. It does not require fame or status. It only takes a decision to show up with love, to choose understanding over judgment, to offer a hand when someone else is falling. And the beauty of it is that you never know how far your kindness will go. A word of encouragement may stay in someone's heart for a lifetime. A small act of generosity may inspire another to do the same. But just as kindness grows, so does its absence. We live in a world that can feel harsh, where people guard their hearts out of fear, where love is sometimes seen as weakness. But the truth is, there is nothing stronger than a heart that chooses kindness in the face of cruelty, love in the face of indifference. Every day we have a choice to add to the goodness of the world or to take away from it, to build or to tear down, to open our hearts or to close them. And that choice, whether we realize it or not, will ripple outward. Imagine a world where kindness was given as freely as the air we breathe, where love was the language we all spoke. It starts with you. It starts with the way you treat the people around you, the way you choose to carry yourself, the way you respond to those who may not always deserve it. Because kindness is not about what we get in return. It is about what we leave behind, what we pass forward, what we send into the lives of others, knowing that somehow it will come back full circle. So be the reason someone believes in goodness. Be the reason someone smiles when they have forgotten how. Be the one who chooses love, even when it is not easy, even when the world gives you every reason to close your heart. Because kindness multiplies. It always does. And long after you are gone, long after your words have faded, the love you gave will still be growing, still be growing, still be changing the world. There is something undeniable about the energy we carry. It speaks before we do. It lingers long after we have left a room. It moves through conversations, through gestures, through the smallest interactions that may seem like nothing in the moment. But nothing is ever nothing. Everything we put into the world, every emotion, every word, every action has weight, has movement, has consequence. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a heaviness in the air, though no words had been spoken? Have you ever sat beside someone whose joy was so radiant that you couldn't help but feel lighter yourself? That is energy. It is not bound by language or distance. It moves like ripples on water, touching everything it meets, shaping the space it enters. And whether we realize it or not, we are always contributing to it. When you wake up in the morning, the energy you choose to carry does not stay with you alone. It spreads to the people you pass on the street, to the ones who sit beside you at work, to the stranger who catches your glance at the coffee shop. A simple smile can shift the course of someone's day. A moment of impatience can do the same. We pass our energy like torches in the dark, lighting the way or casting shadows. And every single person we meet will either feel warmth from us or coldness. And the thing about energy is that it does not disappear. It moves forward, attaching itself to the next person and the next and the next. One moment of kindness can set off a chain reaction, just as one moment of cruelty can do the same. The words you speak to someone in their moment of doubt may be the words they carry forward into the lives of others. The way you treat someone in their moment of struggle may be the way they learn to treat themselves. And just as laughter can catch like wildfire in a room, so can pain. So can bitterness. So can anger. That is why we must be mindful of what we bring into the world. We must understand that our emotions, our attitudes, our presence itself carries a kind of responsibility. When we choose to meet others with warmth, we give them something to carry forward. When we choose to hold on to resentment, to let our frustrations spill onto others, we send that out into the world too. And the world does not need more weight, more sorrow, more closed doors. It needs light. It needs people who are willing to be the reason someone else finds hope. But let's be honest, there will be days when carrying good energy feels impossible. There will be moments when you are tired, when the world feels unkind, when all you want to do is retreat, to shield yourself from everything outside of you. And in those moments, remember this, the energy you receive is often a reflection of the energy you give. What you send out, you will find returning to you. What you pour into others, life will pour back into you. If you want joy, give joy. If you want kindness, be kind. If you want love, offer it freely. This is not about pretending to be happy when you are not, nor is it about ignoring your own pain. It is about knowing that the way you move through the world has the power to change it. It is about choosing, even in the smallest ways, to bring something good into the spaces you enter. And when you do, the world cannot help but respond. The kindness you give, the love you share, the warmth you offer, it will not be lost. It will move. It will grow. It will return to you in ways you never expected, at moments you never saw coming. Because energy is contagious. And the most powerful thing you can do is choose to spread the kind that makes this world a little softer, a little brighter, a little more full of love. No one rises alone. No one moves forward without the hands of others lifting them, guiding them, making a way where there was none before. Every success, every triumph, every step forward is not just the work of one person, it is the result of many. We are not meant to walk this life in isolation. We are built for connection, for community, for leaning on one another when the weight becomes too heavy to bear alone. Think of the moments that shaped you, the victories you claimed. Were you truly alone in them? Or was there someone, a friend, a mentor, a stranger who offered of encouragement, an open hand, a door held open just long enough for you to step through? Maybe it was a teacher who saw your potential before you did. Maybe it was a loved one who believed in you when you were full of doubt. Maybe it was someone whose kindness you barely noticed at the time, but looking back, you realize it made all the difference. We do not rise alone. And just as others have lifted us, so must we lift others. Because when you climb, when you reach new heights, you create space for others to do the same. The knowledge you gain, the strength you build, the success you achieve, it is not meant to be hoarded. It is meant to be shared. It is meant to be used to open doors for those who come after you, just as someone once did for you. But just as no one rises alone, no one falls alone either. When one person struggles, that weight is not theirs to carry alone. Pain, like joy, moves outward. It touches those around us. It shifts the energy in a room. It changes the way we see ourselves in the world. And so when you see someone struggling, when you witness someone falling under the weight of life, do not turn away. Do not think for a moment that their burden is theirs alone to carry. Because one day it may be you who needs lifting. One day it may be you who stumbles, who reaches for a hand, who prays for kindness in a moment of weakness. Lifting others does not require great wealth or power. It does not demand grand gestures or recognition. It can be as simple as offering encouragement when someone is full of doubt, as small as sharing what you know so someone else can grow, as easy as standing beside someone when the world tries to push them down. The truth is, when you lift someone else, you lift yourself too. There's no greater purpose than helping another rise. No greater gift than knowing you have made someone else's journey a little lighter. And the beauty of it all is that the kindness you give, the support you offer, the love you pour into others, it will find its way back to you. Maybe not today, maybe not in ways you expect, but life has a way of returning what we put into it. So remember this: when you rise, extend your hand. When you stand strong, make room for someone beside you. When you succeed, use your success to bring others forward. Because no one rises alone, and no one should ever have to. There is a reason we go through struggles. A reason for the long nights, the uphill climbs, the moments that bring us to our knees. Life does not hand us challenges to break us, but to reveal us, to show us who we are when the ground shakes beneath our feet. Every hardship carries a lesson. Every storm leaves something behind that we need. Nothing is wasted, not even the pain. Think back to a time when you thought you wouldn't make it through. A time when the weight of life was too heavy, when the road ahead seemed too long. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. What you once thought would destroy you became a lesson, a turning point, a piece of your strength. That was not by accident. That was life shaping you, molding you into someone stronger and wiser, more capable than before. It is easy to see struggle as something unfair, something cruel, something to run from. But struggle is the fire that forges us. It is the test that shows us what we are made of. Without it, we remain the same, untouched by growth, unshaken by experience. And that is not why we are here. We are here to learn, to evolve, to rise from the hardships with a new understanding of ourselves and the world around us. But struggle is not just about personal growth. It connects us. It binds us to each other in ways that ease and comfort never could. When you've suffered, when you have known what it is to hurt, you recognize that pain in others. You move with more compassion, with more patience, with a heart that understands. The people who have been through the deepest valleys are often the ones who lift others the highest, because they know. They have felt it. And they have learned that just as struggle shapes us, it also reminds us that we are not meant to walk through it alone. There will be days when the lessons do not feel like lessons, when the hardship feels senseless, when the weight of it all seems too much to carry. In those moments, remember this: there is purpose in this pain. You may not see it now. You may not understand why life is pressing against you so hard, but one day you will look back and see that this moment was necessary. That this moment prepared you for something greater. That this moment made you into someone you could not have become otherwise. So when the struggles come, do not fear them. Do not run from them. Face them. Learn from them. Trust that they are shaping you in ways you cannot yet see. And when you come out on the other side, as you always do, carry that wisdom forward. Use it to lift someone else. Use it to remind another that their struggle too has a purpose. Because in the end, nothing we go through is ever in vain. It is all connected. It is all leading us somewhere we are meant to be. You are never unseen. Even in your quietest moments, even when the world seems to pass you by without a glance, you are noticed. You are part of something far greater than you can imagine. It is easy to believe that what we do, what we say, what we feel exists in isolation, that the joys and sorrows we carry are ours alone. But nothing exists in isolation. Every thought, every action, every breath you take is connected to something beyond yourself. Think of a time when you felt invisible, as if no one truly saw you, as if your presence or absence made no real difference. And yet you were seen. You were felt. Someone noticed the way you carried yourself, the way you spoke, the way your energy filled the space around you. You may never know the impact you had in that moment, but it was there. It always is. We live in a world that often makes us feel small. A world that moves fast, that praises the loudest voices, that glorifies attention and visibility. And in the rush of it all, it is easy to wonder if we matter, if our presence makes a difference, if the love we give, the kindness we offer, the struggles we endure are even acknowledged. But the truth is, you are never without significance. The energy you bring into a room changes the space. The way you treat others leaves an imprint. The way you navigate your own journey inspires people you may never even meet. There are people who think of you, who remember your words long after you have forgotten them. There are moments when your kindness shifted something inside someone else, when your laughter lifted a heavy spirit, when your presence alone was enough to make someone feel less alone. And the beautiful part is, you don't have to see it for it to be real. You don't have to be told. The impact of your existence stretches beyond what is visible to you, touching lives in ways you may never fully understand. But just as you are seen, so are others. Just as your quiet struggles matter, so do the silent battles of those around you. And this is why we must move through the world with awareness, with a heart open enough to recognize that just as we long to be seen, others do too. A simple acknowledgement, a gentle word, a moment of true presence with another human being, these things matter more than we realize. The world is not blind to you. Life is not ignoring you. You are not just passing through unnoticed. Every step you take, every emotion you feel, every choice you make sends out ripples. Even in your loneliest moments, you are part of something greater. You belong. You are necessary. You are seen. And that truth will never change. Love is the force that ties everything together. It is the beginning and the end, the current that moves through us, the silent language that connects us in ways words never could. It is not bound by distance, not diminished by time. It does not weaken when shared, it grows. Love is the one thing in this world that, when given away freely, multiplies instead of fading. It is the thread woven through every moment of kindness, every act of courage, every connection we make. Love is not just found in grand gestures. It is in the quiet moments, the unseen sacrifices, the willingness to choose another's happiness alongside our own. It is in the way a mother wakes up in the middle of the night to comfort her child, in the way a friend listens without judgment, in the way a stranger holds the door open for someone who is struggling. Love is not always loud, but it is always present, shaping the world in ways we don't always recognize. And love is not just something we give, it is something we must allow ourselves to receive. There is no strength in pushing love away, believing we must carry everything alone. We are not meant to be untouched by love. We are meant to be shaped by it, strengthened by it, softened by it. Love is what reminds us that we do not walk this life alone, that even in our hardest moments, we are held by the people who care for us, by the energy we have poured into the world, returning to us in unexpected ways. But love is a choice. It is a decision we make every single day to move with love, to lead with love, to choose love, even when it feels difficult. The world will give us reasons to be guarded, to be distant, to believe that love is something fragile, something that must be protected at all costs. But love is not weak. It is the strongest force there is. It has the power to heal wounds, to mend what is broken, to reach places that nothing else can touch. And when we love fully, openly, without reservation, we set something powerful in motion. Because love is not meant to stay in one place. It moves. It carries forward. It reaches beyond us. The love you give today will live beyond you, passed down through moments, through generations, through connections you may never see. It will echo in the lives of those you touch, shaping the world in ways you never expected. So love, even when the world makes it hard. Love, even when it asks something of you. Love, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Because in the end, love is the one thing that remains, the one thing that carries us forward, the one thing that reminds us always that we are connected. And so we arrive at the truth that has been woven through every word, every thought, every lesson. Everything is connected. The energy we carry, the hands we hold, the struggles we endure, the love we give, none of it exists in isolation. What we send into the world finds its way back to us. The kindness we offer ripples far beyond what we can see. The hardships we overcome shape not only our own strength, but the strength of those who come after us. You are never alone in this journey. Every step you take is intertwined with those who have walked before you and those who will follow in your footsteps. Your presence matters. Your struggles have purpose. Your love has power. And the way you move through the world has the ability to shape it for the better. So as you step forward from this moment, may you carry with you the understanding that nothing is ever wasted, that the smallest actions can create the greatest waves, that love is always the answer, no matter the question. Walk boldly. Lift others as you climb. Lead with love. And trust that every piece of this life, every joy, every sorrow, every connection is bringing you exactly where you are meant to be. Good luck on your journey. And thank you for allowing me to share these words with you. May you go forward with light, with purpose, and with the unwavering belief that you are part of something far greater than yourself.